I felt, ready to work and experience this new family.
Imran Brown has been at Kimpton Seafire Resort and Spa since it opened in 2016. In fact, he was one of 70-something employees hired from the former Beach Suites Resort when it closed earlier that year.
So it was a lot of work at first, but it was fun, working with the team that we have here. That helps a lot.
The people who work here make the difference.
Third Senior Vice President of Human Resources, Juliette Dufeu, says she was motivated to make sure the transition for staff members from Beach Suites was smooth.
It was something that was really near and dear to my heart because it was a property that I had sort of started my career in.
She was part of the team made up of Dirt, Kimpton Seafire and Beach Suites to help employees with the change.
And just making sure that they understood what was happening, understood what the opportunities were, and understood the process.
3 years later, Imran has gained new skills, moving from housekeeping to bell and valet service.
I've learned a lot, honestly, how more to connect with guests, how to be more articulate, well-spoken.
Once you're willing, then the opportunity is always there for you.
That's Aidan Bowen. He too moved from Beach Suites to Seafire and says he's gaining new skills every day.
And from being a loss prevention officer into being an engineer, because I do have experience just by working here, working in different departments.
And as Juliette says, it boils down to the guest experience. In 2018, housekeeping staff were ranked #1 in all Kimptons worldwide, based on customer satisfaction surveys.
A lot of the folks that work in that department, a lot of them were originally working at the Beach Suites. And so that, I think, was just, again, just something that everybody can be so proud of.
And for some, there's nowhere else they'd rather be.
Yes, you feel really, really good and comfortable, and you want to come to work the next day.
Nothing quite like the experience of walking through the hotel, seeing a familiar face, someone that I worked with, over 20 years ago, and every once in a while, just sort of getting a great big hug.
Absolutely proud. I love every day I come to work. I wouldn't trade it for anything else.